Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dasch Cast. I am Curtis Dasch, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Brandon Colongo. Brandon, say hello.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching.
Yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us every week. Doing the pick'ems is actually a lot of fun. It's one thing I look forward to. We do have the timestamps in the video as well, so if you really don't want to hear Brandon talk about Tom Brady, you can just skip it. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite features that YouTube offers. I think. And also, Sarah, yeah, we have timestamps out there, and please like, comment, let us know what you guys are liking, disliking. We would love to know. Like to hear from you guys. But let's just go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna go Dolphins Jaguars to start this. Obviously, that game was on Thursday, but you'll be hearing this either late Saturday or early Sunday morning. I ended up going with the country, or going opposite with the country, and only 17% actually picked the Dolphins. I picked the Dolphins, and this was one of those picks I wanted to be wrong. Brandon, what happened?
It was tough to watch. It was really tough to watch.
I didn't even watch the
We
fourth quarter.
were without Chark, so our best receiver wasn't playing, and Chark is really a stud. He is that guy. And Miami's better than I thought they were. We're worse than I thought we were. And Minshew didn't play the best game. He missed what could have been a big game-changing throw. Granted, he only missed one of what I saw to be like big momentum shifting, game changing throws that he could have kept us in the game. And it was late. He missed a touchdown. And granted, there was a defender in his face within a second. But he had Connor on the right who could have easily just made a beautiful touchdown catch if he would have just underthrown it. But he overthrew it and couldn't get there. And basically, that was the game. It was really disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah, that
But
was a
I
tough.
also saw a lot of receiver drops too. Like right in the start when Miami scored, we had a chance to go down there. Minshew delivered a great throw, and it hit our receiver right in the hands and he just dropped it on third down. So then we punted instead of had a momentum, a nice good drive and score. So we kind of we it was disappointing to watch, to say the least.
Yeah, so now the question is obviously I kind of saw this coming, and I think most Jags fans probably would as well if you really sat them down. I don't think this loss really surprised anybody. They had
I wasn't
hoped
too
for a
confident on
win.
that pick. Yeah,
Everybody
like
hopes for the win, but you're kind of not really surprised when the Dolphins go out. Dolphins come out and just slaughter them. The thing now about the Jags that I'm sorry, now I get to wonder all freaking week. Let's say they lose this next game. Well, they don't play till week 10, but they're 1-2. Let's say they go down to 1-3. Is everybody jumping off that? I mean, that 19-20 performance with 3 TDs. What happens in Jacksonville? Is everybody back in the nope? Jags suck. No surprise on a team that came out in week 1 legitimate. How do you feel about maybe jumping off that Jags bandwagon? Not that you're on
Yeah, no, we're already jumping off. I already
it. You've
like the
already
Jags.
mailed it in.
It's not that I've already mailed it in. You know what I mean? Like obviously, yeah, I still want the Jags to win. Make the playoffs. But after seeing, because Miami's not a good team, don't mistake that Miami's a good team. We are just that bad. They hammered us. Granted, if we had Chark, we'd made some of those catches. This could have been a close game. But the fact that we let Miami beat us 31-13 to me is the ultimate red flag. I don't see the Jags doing anything special this year. It was a flash in the pan. Week 1 was a flash in the pan.
Yeah, I mean, and their schedule is a little bit favorable. We talked about that last week a little bit with Cincinnati, Houston, and Detroit coming up. I mean, very winnable games to be completely honest with you. But
Exactly.
we'll see. I guess we'll see how the Jags end up. Let's go ahead and jump to we'll do the Bears and Falcons game. So with the Falcons team, it's very interesting. They have the first player, and I forget his name off the top of my head. They had the first player test positive for COVID, and he will be the first player to miss time in the NFL because of COVID, miss an NFL game. That being said, I'm actually picking them with the country, 73% to win this game, which is strange for a team that's 0-2 going against the 2-0 Chicago Bears team. Is that my bias talking? Probably, but maybe 73% of the country agrees with me. So, Brandon, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not sold on Chicago. Granted, I don't think Atlanta's that great of a team, but I am going to just go to the quarterbacks matchup, and I am going to take Ryan.
Oh yeah, I mean former MVP, right? You got him.
Yeah, so I'm kind of grinding my teeth picking Atlanta, but I'm not. I don't love them. As I don't obviously wish for them to win. Make my Tampa prediction look less good, but it is what it is.
All right, well, moving on here, we'll jump to the 2-0 Rams and the 2-0 Buffalo Bills. How are you feeling about both of those teams being 2-0? The Rams, I mean, they're not for real, right?
They are for real. Yeah, of course they're for real. So yeah, here's the thing. Buffalo, I think, is actually less for real than we might have thought, because I am starting to see the Patriots causing causing the Bills some problems, and Los Angeles, I'm seeing just kind of come into the right place at the right time. They had their hangover Super Bowl year, and now they're ready to move forward, and so they've got a really talented roster. And I'm surprised that they don't play better as a team with how talented their roster is. Supposedly Aaron Donald is this once-in-a-lifetime all-time great, who, in my opinion, is overrated clearly, but that's besides the point. Um,
Every time we talk about the Rams, you find a way to call out Aaron Donald. Every time.
But, oh, man, so I'm really on the fence about this pick, but I'm going Rams.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going Bills. Not really. I don't believe in the Rams at all. I don't believe in Jared Goff. I do not. Could be wrong. I doubt it though. We'll see.
I don't either. If that makes you feel any better.
It does. It kind of
I'm
does.
still picking the Rams. It's because their team is better, and I take Jared Goff over
Josh Allen.
Over Josh Allen.
I don't know about that. Let's go ahead and jump to another quarterback matchup that'll be very interesting. We got the Bengals and the Eagles with Burrow versus Wentz. Wentz is gonna have to do something to prove he can still play here. 2 TDs, 2 INTs last week, I think, something like that. And then, you've got Burrow, who would love to not be 0-3 in his first year because the Bengals just do not look good. I'm actually going with the Eagles here. It's at Philadelphia. I think that helps. What about you? Where are you going?
So it's funny because I was actually doing that exact same monologue in my head, leaning towards picking the Eagles. But at the same time, the Eagles look to be really, really bad.
I agree.
So as much as I think Cincinnati is really, really bad, I think the Eagles might be worse than I thought they were. And I feel like Burrow. I'm really on the fence about this pick. I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm going Cincinnati.
Yeah, 25% of the country agrees with you.
Yeah, I think this could be a good upset game.
This could be a big
think,
Burrow showing out game. Good breakout game for the guy.
I'm ready to, because I think the Eagles, they're playing like the Beagles right now, so might be Cincinnati, give them a good chance to, because I think I had them doing pretty decent this year, like an 8-8 type season, so they can start off by beating Philadelphia, then beat the Jags.
You just need Wentz to go off, though. I mean, the guy can throw. If he starts throwing for like 4 TDs or something like that, I don't know if Burrow wants to come back from a deficit. That's not saying Burrow doesn't throw for 4 TDs in his own, but
exactly.
I think Wentz will finally go off.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, I don't mind being wrong here. I don't like either team, so it's perfectly fine with me.
I could care less.
All right, so let's go ahead and do the Washington football team and the Browns. 2 other teams I honestly couldn't care less about, but both teams are 1-1. All the OBJ stuff is pretty entertaining. Would love for him to get traded out of there, however. 82% are going with the Browns. I am in that 82%. What about you, my friend?
Yeah, I also am going with the Browns. No surprise here. They're just a better team in every way, shape, and form. I mean, it's literally position for position, even, I would say, just about.
Yeah, definitely. I just don't like. I don't really have an opinion here. I think the Browns' receiving core is way better than Washington's, and the quarterback, obviously matters.
How about the running back duel with Kareem Hunt and Chubb?
Kareem Hunt is going off now that he is back in the swing of thing.
Oh my goodness. Cleveland is they're like the Rams in my opinion, where they're immensely talented and then they just have an average quarterback. Or above average quarterback. We'll go with above average quarterback.
I mean, I think something
Really talented
happens
team.
when you go to Cleveland and you put on that uniform. I think like part of your soul just deteriorates and your skill goes with it. So you're nowhere near as good as you would be somewhere else, and that's just because you put on the Browns uniform.
Fair enough.
All right, so next game we got the Titans and Vikings. 77% going with the Titans off of the beating the Jags the week prior. Uh, Vikings are 0-2, not looking good. I'm picking the Titans. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to pick the Titans, but I could very easily see Minnesota bouncing back and beating the Titans. I don't think that the Titans are that great at all. I don't have any faith in our division. So I am going to pick Tennessee, but I can very easily see Minnesota winning this one.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, same boat. We'll go ahead and jump to the Raiders Patriots, which in a weird way could be a good game. I
Come
remember the
on,
old Raiders
Raiders.
Patriots games. Oh,
Let's go
definitely rooting for the
Raiders.
Raiders here, which is strange because normally I wouldn't. I couldn't really couldn't care less about either team, but the lesser of two evils would be rooting for the Raiders. They're 2-0 going against the Patriots there. 74% of the country are going with the Patriots, and unfortunately, I
Really?
am in that
Ooh.
74%. I do
Oh
not
yeah,
think the Raiders.
this is a bet that I want. I'm taking the Raiders. Taking the Raiders, baby.
Oh man, you are a brave soul. Patriots are favored by 6 at the moment. So,
Ve- Vegas is better than people think.
um,
I want you to realize this is
and the over/under for that game is 47. So just throwing that out there, it should be interesting. Yeah, definitely going Patriots here. Cam Newton will go off. He'll have 2 TDs throwing, 1 TD running, be just fine.
I
I
think
think,
this is going to be the start of the decline that you're going to see for the Patriots.
and then I think that Derek Carr will probably throw 3 picks, and we'll see some Marcus Mariota. I mean, I doubt that honestly, but that will be very interesting. Um,
Carr's been playing good this year.
I think we'll see just a good Patriot showing. I don't want to be right. This is one of those picks. Obviously, don't like either team. Would love the Raiders to stomp the Patriots and see that decline, but
Yes, indeed.
I just don't see it happening. We have the 49ers and the Giants as our next game. Niners are all beat up. Garoppolo's not playing this week. Kittle's not playing. I mean, as far as I know, Garoppolo's not playing.
Hmm.
The Giants are 0-2. I'm still going. Excuse me. I'm still going 49ers here. 86% of the country is as well. Giants are 0-2. I believe Saquon Barkley is out for this game.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help the Niners out. And the Niners defense is still great, even though Bosa will be out as well. They still will be a force to be reckoned with. I think maybe even Sherman's out. I'm not 100% sure, but they'll do fine.
So you think Nick Mullins is going to pull it off?
Why not?
I just want to get this on the record here. Nick Mullins.
He doesn't have to. Just like Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have to beat the Packers. I mean,
No, I'm going with Danny Dimes.
oh, of course you
They're
are.
going to get their first win.
For a guy who hates calling the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the Tampa Bay, you have no issue calling a guy who's not good Danny Dimes. Although I think he went to Duke, right? I mean, I like him. It's not that he's not good. He just plays on a really bad football team. So
Well, in my opinion, you can throw dimes but not be a great quarterback.
uh, you're part of the problem. Speaking of the Bucs, let's just go ahead and get this over with. We got Bucs Broncos as our next game. I actually think a fair amount of people will watch that.
So yeah, so if it wasn't clear, yeah, I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah, I figured. You're the worst. We'll talk about Bucs Broncos a little bit later. Actually, I want to go ahead and do the Texans Steelers. 85% of the country is going Steelers. I'm in that 85%. What about you? Is there any chance that Deshaun Watson shows?
Yes, I'm going Texans.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Steelers aren't that good. And so I just think the Texans are not that good either, but they're good enough to win it this time. Don't love the pick, but that's just what I think.
That's fair. Yeah, I just see Big Ben kind of rolling. Don't see any difference out of them. Now we have two teams who are, I guess, kind of bad. Well, one of them's really bad, and the other one's just bad. We have New York Jets, obviously, and I can go ahead and have you guess which one's which, and then the Indianapolis Colts. 90% of the country is going. 97% of the country is going with the Indianapolis Colts. I am in that 97%. I
Same
just,
here.
I just don't see anything from the Jets, man.
No surprises here.
All right, so we'll just go ahead and move on to Panthers Chargers. So 92% of the country is going with the 1-1 Chargers to be in an 0-2 Panthers team, and that's the second of the 4 o'clock games. How are you kind of feeling about that? Where are you feeling about this matchup?
I think Carolina is going to win. I was pretty surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers for some strange reason. Every time I pick the Panthers, I mean, it's only been 2 times, obviously. Bridgewater has just not performed the way I thought he was going to perform. Granted, that team is more or less rebuilding,
They're depleted right now. I mean,
but I just expected more for some reason. I expected, and maybe this is a little early to say, I expected like a Cam Newton impact on the Patriots, because without Cam Newton, the Patriots are definitely 0-3 or 0-2 for sure.
mm-hmm.
I just feel
Fair
like
enough.
he was going to have that kind of effect, and he hasn't yet. And granted, it's only been 2 games, small sample size. Going
I
Chargers here,
think
but
that, yeah, I think Cam is a bit much to ask of Bridgewater. But
sure.
Bridgewater, I think, is a very respectable quarterback, and I do like him to get this W.
Fair enough. All right, we'll go. I mean,
Because don't forget what he did for the Saints last year.
yeah, 5-0 for them. Yeah, he stood up for when what Breeze went down. Hell of a performance. Hell of a like string of performances. He did great. Now we have the Cowboys and Seahawks. No, there's no chance in hell I'm going Cowboys here. I'm going to go Seahawks. 88% of the country agrees with me. What about for you?
I'm really on the fence on this game because I feel like matchup-wise, Dallas sometimes plays Seattle really tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that in order for Dallas to win, they're going to have to win in a shootout. And I think that Dallas has the tools to win in a shootout. I think Seattle's a little banged up. I'm actually going Dallas. Not because I love the pick and not because I take Dak over Russ, because I don't. But I just think Dallas has a better team and Seattle's a little banged up, and Dallas should win.
We'll see. We'll see. Russell Wilson's just been so good. Can't pick against him. Would love to. I will pick against him when they face Green Bay, however. Buccaneers Broncos is the next of the 425 games. Here's your chance. Get your Tom Brady stuff out of the way. This is all you.
Well, first off, before we talk about Tom Brady, I want to talk about the fact that Denver now has Blake Bortles. So congratulations to Denver. He is now your problem. But I'm very excited to watch this game.
Keep making that money,
and,
Bortles.
Yeah, make that money. And, I obviously got Tampa Bay here. I think they're going to come together nicely, and this is a good game to really go off. I think this is going to be the first time that we see them look like a finely tuned machine. However, I will say I'm not loving the way BA is taking shots at everybody, but I do see them doing well despite all of this circus that's going on.
Yeah, that team just kind of seems like a circus anyway. But that's what happens when you have 2 profile players and a high-profile coach and a heck of a high-profile offense last year. They're going to get the attention. 93% of the country is agreeing with you. I am one of those 93%. Definitely do not see the Broncos going here. Would love for Jerry Jeudy to catch 2 TDs, though. That would be awesome. I think I'm starting him in fantasy because Michael Thomas is probably not playing. We've got Lions and Cardinals up next. 95% of the country going Cardinals here. I'm kind of in agreement. The Lions don't look good. What do you think?
No, Cardinals.
Yeah.
I got them going to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, same boat. And with the Niners being banged up, that's making that dark horse pick look better and better. So we got that Sunday night game, Packers-Saints. I believe the stat is on Sunday Night Football with Peyton and Breeze, they are 10-0. So the Packers will be going against that record and trying to make that 10-1. I'm going Packers here. I really think Aaron Rodgers is on fire. The Saints aren't 100%. I really think the Packers will play well. And not only is Rodgers on fire, Aaron Jones is on fire. But what do you think about this? Do the Packers break the streak, or does it continue?
Go Pack, go!
Yes!
Packers break the streak. New Orleans is they're a little off right now, and Green Bay is really coming into their own. And let's see it. Everyone talks about Aaron Rodgers. There's no decline. Well, let's go ahead and see if you can beat Drew Brees. So I'd love for him to go ahead and make my pick look that much better, and we'll see if Aaron Rodgers can do what he has to do. I really love Aaron Jones.
Yeah, heck of a player from UTEP, I believe. Just going off, and he continues. I mean, he had like a 70-yard run or something like that this past week. It look to see more of that, and the fact that it's on the national stage, I cannot wait. It will be a lot of fun to watch. Now, for the Monday night game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. That will be a fun game to watch. 44% of the country are going with Kansas City. Where are you at?
I'm going Baltimore. I think Baltimore matches up really well with Kansas City. They're they have all of the tools to neutralize Mahomes as much as possible and also capitalize on keeping him off the field. So the type of offense that they run, or that they should run, in my opinion, is one where Jackson runs the ball a lot, and they run the ball. Obviously, they're first in league in rushing, and so they run the ball a lot, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. They're going to score, and I think they're going to be able to outscore Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I don't think Kansas City is going to be putting up the types of numbers that we're used to seeing from them.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore as well. If this was a playoff game, I would go Kansas City, but it is not. I just do not see Baltimore losing this game. I do not see Baltimore losing this game because it's at home as well. Lamar Jackson will continue to be a beast, continue to have MVP-like performances. Really don't see anything there. Not that Kansas City won't show up. I think Kansas City will. Kansas City will play well. It will be a high-scoring affair. Yeah, I gotta go Baltimore here.
And Kansas City can win. It's not like I'm super on this pick. Like, obviously, this game could go either way. These teams are both so good. So good. But, if you got to force me to pick, I'm going Baltimore.
Just think Baltimore will play, I feel like they've played well. They've played well in the regular seasons past. Lamar Jackson will just figure it out. Continue to figure it out as he's going along. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here, guys. We're a little over our 20-minute mark, but we thank you guys for joining us. Remember, we have timestamps. You can jump around to wherever you want. If you don't want to hear Tom Brady talk, it's the greatest. If you want to hear Aaron Rodgers, I will literally just put that everywhere in the podcast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Brandon, you got anything to say before we dip?
Definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us, guys.